Well, welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you if you're going to bend a piece of pipe with, what is it? Central Machinery 12-ton hydraulic pipe bender. Harbor Freight. Hopefully you can see that. But anyway, now before you go messing around with using a good piece of pipe, hence, some good stuff from the roll cage here. Get yourself a scrap piece first. And then, one thing as well here, let me get it out of the way. Choose the right dies. Now, I mark this so you can see it, and it's easier for reference for anybody that ever uses it. But don't mind my makeshift anvil here in the way. But you can see, let me slide it back a little bit, give myself some room. There we go. That's better. Is that I marked it for reference, and I also marked all the bending dies as well, as you can see. So it's easier to see because the casting isn't the greatest here, so it's hard to see the numbers. But there's not a whole lot to it. That's about it. But anyway, get yourself a scrap piece. Kind of figure out where you want to mark. Don't try to do it all at one shot. Go a little bit. See what it does. See if it's just going to pinch your pipe down or, test fit it, whatever you're using. That one fits in there pretty tight. I mean, it's not the fastest machine in the world. Well, it'll stay there. Yeah. And I know it looks pretty new here, and it is fairly new. It was used like once before. But now we have it. It is against the dies and against the rollers up top here. As you can see, they're not spinning anymore. So, I'll tweak her up a little bit. My chair table here is not the sturdiest, but it is doing its job. If this was on a bench, it would be a little bit easier. Now, since this is my extra leverage pipe, I'm not going to go too far with it. So I just want to show you how it works here. Tell you what, I'll bring you in and show you. Yeah. Nope, not that way. Okay, let's try there. There we go. You can see that. As you can see, it already started bending the pipe. So we're just going to go a little bit more, just so you can see it. Okay, now I'm going to release. Sometimes you got to help the jack down. I know on the bigger ones, usually they have a spring here, and you can also put a spring from the bottom of the dies to wherever to help pull the ram back down. We don't need to worry about it. Oh, now I got to get it up from the die here. Yeah. See? Got a nice smooth bend. Perfect. But like I said, since this is my wrenching bar, I'm going to actually throw it back in here, and we're going to re-straighten it back out. Extra test, just to show you what it does. And straighten my bar back out. Go enough. One more. Perfect. Let's check it out. Well, that hole goes all the way through on my end. Ha, ha. Look at that. Straighten it back out. Oh, there you have it. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to it. Put her back a little bit. There's not a whole lot to it. It's pretty easy. Now, there's all different styles of benders. Pipe benders, tubing benders, whatever. This just happens to be the style that I have. And generally, it works for what I need. As you can see, it doesn't get used a whole lot. But it does what it needs to do. It's not, running into stuff here. This isn't really a review on the Central machinery. It doesn't really matter what kind you have. Basically all the same. I think most of all of them are actually made in China. Kind of like what that box says right there. That's where them seats come from. But like I said, there's not a whole lot to it. Choose your appropriate die, and then I'll just show you this just so you know. These just slide in to wherever size die you're using. If you're using like a 1/2 inch pipe, like conduit or something, you'd have the 1/2 inch die on a ram and put your rollers down to the 1/2 inch. And that's all there is to it. Super simple. If you can operate a jack, you can operate one of these, because that's basically all it is. 2 little rolling dies that are cast. You get the dies that go on the ram. That's just cast, and that's basically a bottle jack. That's all it is. It's just a 12-ton bottle jack with an adapter on top. So, like I said, it's not too much. It's not so much a review as it is just showing you how to use one of these hydraulic pipe benders. If I had the ratcheting style, I'd show you how to use that. I do not. Hopefully you found this a little bit interesting. Just a quick video here just to show you how to use pipe bender. Like I said, you can even forget that it says Central Machinery, Harbor Freight. Doesn't really matter. It works. Now, if you're using something like solid stock or something, this is not going to work for you here. You'll end up busting the ram, or you'll break the dies, or you'll end up just twisting the frame up. So, you know, it's a Schedule 40 or 80 pipe, malleable steel pipe. I mean, use your head there. You just know what you can bend and what you can't bend. So, like if I wanted to bend the handle here, I could put the 1/2 inch die in right here and right here, the rollers. Put this 1/2 inch die on, and bam, I could bend this. I said, one tip for you: use the appropriate hole. If you get one of these, mark them. Just makes a quick reference point for you, so you know where to put the rollers at. And just use the appropriate die on the ram here, and it'll work for you. So, quick, simple, easy. Hope it helps you out. If you got a project of your own that you're messing with, now I'm going to go use it some more here. Bend me up some cage bars here. Thanks for watching.